Gretchen, and welcome back to my channel. It is time for another Get Ready With Me. I absolutely love doing these videos so much. I think it's fun to just kind of put my makeup on and just chat with you all as if we're just having a conversation. Today's look is going to be like my everyday makeup look. This is what I usually gravitate towards if I'm not feeling anything like super creative on my eyes or anything like that. This is just what I put on every single day at this point. And that kind of changes around dependent, but as of right now, this is what my everyday look is like. So today we do discuss, I feel like I always get on these like little talks about content creation, and I just mostly want to be transparent with you. I don't want to, just not discuss these things because I want y'all to know where I am at headspace wise when it comes to content creation, especially YouTube, because we're on YouTube right now. And so just wanted to kind of update y'all on how I'm feeling regarding YouTube content creation, as well as like specifically my content creation. Also update y'all a little bit on makeup routine. Changed a few things up since the last time, as well as things to look forward to in the future. So if you're interested not only in my everyday makeup look, but just some chats with me, grab your coffee, grab a snack, let's get into it. Well, hello again. We are back with another Get Ready With Me. How we doing today? So today's Get Ready With Me, I think I kind of want to do just an everyday look, like whatever my current everyday look is. Not when I like do fun eye looks. So today's not gonna be bright and vibrant or anything like that. This is literally gonna be the makeup look that I go to, just my everyday look. There's no other way to explain it. So it's gonna be more muted. It's gonna be a lot of nudes. That's what today's look I think is gonna be, is just my current everyday look. So hopefully y'all like it. So how's everyone doing? April off to a good start for everyone. I don't know about y'all, but the first week of April was, I don't know, it was kind of rough. Mentally, I don't know. I saw a lot of people on Twitter kind of say the same thing, that it wasn't particularly a good start to the month for them, which sucks because the first week of April was my birthday. So it sucks when you're in a little bit of a funk, especially during your birthday, but it's fine. We've made it past it. Brighter days ahead, right? So I'm gonna start off with the Milk Makeup's Hydro Primer. I'm really liking this primer a lot, but I am doing something a little bit different now with my primer, and that is I am not putting it on my nose. If you've been watching any of my makeup videos for a while, any of my Get Ready With Me's, you know that I struggle with my nose. I struggle with how dry it is and how every time I do something with it, it just seems very cakey, and it's like no matter what I do, everything else looks fine on my face except my nose. Well, then enter Reddit. I was at an airport flying to visit Luke. By the way, on my eyes, I'm using the Urban Decay anti-aging. Again, don't know if it does anything, but you know what? We're gonna use all the anti-aging stuff we can, because we're 32. I was on Reddit looking at makeup tips, and there were a few threads that were talking about putting eyeshadow primer on your nose instead of regular primer. And then I was also reading that instead of putting foundation on your nose, just do concealer. So I've been doing that for the past 2 weeks or so. 2-3 weeks, something like that. And honestly, there's a huge difference. My nose still looks a little dry, but it doesn't look cakey or flaky, which I'll take a little bit of dry over like massive flakes just coming off. So on my nose, I'm gonna be using the Urban Decay, just original one, not the anti-aging one. Yes, I went out and specifically bought eyeshadow primer just for my nose. When you put it on your nose, make sure to get it in areas that you usually notice the flakiness. Also, my mirror's off to the side, that's why I'm looking over there. And then you just blend it in. So if you're like me and you have super dry skin. Also, I think someone mentioned it on my last, it was either my last Get Ready With Me or it was just my last makeup video in general. Someone mentioned to try the eyeshadow thing, and then that's when I think had the idea to check Reddit. I think I actually just Googled it and Reddit came up first, so shout out to Reddit for actually helping me there. Oh, also that I do differently now with my makeup. I think I did this in the last Get Ready With Me, where I don't apply my eyebrow pencil until the very last thing, because like I would apply it and then I put foundation on and cover up part of it and then I'd have to go back in. So now I just save it for the very end along with lipstick. So anyway, for today's look, we're gonna go into Stone Cold Fox by ColourPop. This is the neutral palette if you were looking for one. This is the best. Also, it doesn't cost you your entire wallet. ColourPop is just incredible. Now, I will say, I feel like ColourPop is coming out with way too many palettes at one time. Like, I swear, every time I go on Instagram, they're announcing a new palette, and I'm just like, y'all, calm down, chill. I'm just trying to buy the ones that you announced 2 weeks ago, like calm down. So for this look with this palette, I go in with a big fluffy brush and I go into Trip, get this big fluffy brush, and I go over the whole eyelid, just the whole thing. Just a nice little base for the whole eyelid, but just put it across the whole thing. Cause I do have like pink, red, like if you look at the difference between my eyelids, I mean, maybe it's just me that notices it, but you can see how this one is a little bit more red and now this is more muted. So that's the main reason why I do that. Reddit saves the day on makeup tips. I've never been a big Reddit user. I know plenty of people who swear by Reddit. I've just never been like big into it. I've used 4chan a few times. That was a mistake. Next, we're gonna get a little bit of definition into the crease of my eyelid. So we're gonna go into Enigma. I kind of alternate between Stranger and Enigma. Today I'm gonna do Enigma because Enigma is a little bit more neutral based, whereas Stranger kind of has a pink undertone to it, and I'm not going for that vibe today. Unless I decide to do that with my blush. Then maybe we'll get a little bit of a pink undertone. But this just helps slightly bring out the crease of my eyelid. And I usually put it right into the crease and then a little bit above because hooded eyelids. But yeah, so if you're like me, just rounding back to the Reddit thing, and have super dry skin, and especially on your nose, like nothing you do helps it. Like, you can put all the moisturizer in the world on it, it's not gonna help it. Try the eyeshadow primer trick, because I tried it and it was like, whoa. And then next we're gonna darken the corner some, so I'm gonna go down here to Drama Mama, which is this deep brown right down there. And I'm gonna just put a little bit on my brush, and put that on my outer corner, just kind of plop it in there. And then I'm gonna take a fluffy brush and blend it out so it's not quite so, I don't know what that was, but you know what I mean. I don't know what that was, but you know what I mean. I don't know myself, but apparently y'all know me, so it's fine. It's fine. But then I just put a little bit here. Also, there's some people that will do one eye fully and then go do the other one. No, I gotta do them like at the same time. I can't do one, then like go blend this in and then go do the other eye. I can't do that. I have to do it all at one time. For some reason, this eye never wants to like fully take anything. So then I just take a designated blending brush and I just kind of go in until it looks blended enough. See, it already looks way better just by blending it a little bit. So if you follow me on Twitter, or if you're a part of my Patreon, or if you tune into my Twitch streams, you may have heard me talk about how I am feeling really bad burnout from YouTube right now. I think it's primarily because my videos aren't getting pushed out, and when they do, it's videos that I'm trying to cut back on. Like, I still do them because I have ideas, but I'm trying to cut back on that being my main thing. That being my main thing being piercing talk. I am trying to cut back on piercing related videos because I'll be honest with y'all, I'm kind of getting away from them. I'm not getting rid of the ones that I have, I'm just not feeling anymore. Like, I know I've been talking about my high nostrils for so long. I know I've been talking about a few other things for so long. I don't know if I want them now. And it's okay for me to change my mind. I'm sure some people will be a little bit floored that after talking about it for so long, I've suddenly decided that I don't want them. But you know, I'm allowed to change my mind. I do still want to get my other nostril done. I gotta do that. The unevenness kind of bothers me. It's either I take out my other nostril piercing and just have my septum and my philtrum, or I get the other nostril pierced. I don't like the unevenness of that. And I still would really like my third triple forward helix. My third triple forward helix. Just my third triple forward. My third forward helix. Words are really hard. By the way, I'll do the under, like the lower lash line once I put on foundation. I'm like, why do I put on lower lash line like eyeshadow and put foundation on just for it to get covered up? So I always wait for that for the end. I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyes first and then I'll come back. We'll put a pin in this conversation. By the way, my eyeliner today is the KVD Beauty tattoo liner. Eyeliner is applied and lashes have been put on. By the way, my lashes for today are Shocker from Black Moon Cosmetics, and they're in the style Aries. Because Aries season, baby. Also, I just like the style. Very dramatic. But anyway, back to what I was saying. My burnout, I feel like, is coming from the fact that I want to try all these different things on my channel. I want to be doing more makeup videos, which I am, which is great. Love that. Oh, by the way, my foundation for today is Born This Way from Too Faced. This is in the shade Snow, because I'm pale. Because I want to do more, but the problem is, like, I put myself in a box early on in my YouTube career by only doing piercing related videos. By only doing those. And so that's what I became known as, like an information channel regarding piercings, which is fine. But when I try and do something else, it's not met with negativity. It's just not met the same way as like the piercing related stuff is. Does that make sense? So I think my burnout is like when I do a piercing related video, it does so well and it's just like, yeah, cool, awesome. And then I do anything else and it's just like, oh, well, never mind. And I know there are plenty of people that are like, oh, well, you know, don't pay attention to the numbers and all that stuff. And I really wish it were that easy. But there are a number of reasons why I have to pay attention to the numbers. One being content creation is my full-time job. I'm in school part-time, graphic design student, because that's something I've wanted to do since I was 15 years old. And I'm finally getting able to do it. And so content creation is my full-time thing. So I kind of have to pay attention to the numbers because that's how I'm able to keep my electricity on and like keep the internet going, even though my internet is doo-doo. I do feel like I talk way too much about numbers and I need to do better about that. Not so much frustrated, I'm just kind of like, I want to do this. But YouTube is like, nah. YouTube's like, we're not gonna let other people see that. But you know what? It's fine. We're gonna keep pushing forward. I'm gonna continue to do this because I enjoy this one-on-one talk with you all. I enjoy doing my makeup because then my makeup is ready to go for another video that I need to film after this. We're just gonna keep going with it. And y'all do seem to like the get ready with me's, which I'm very happy about because I personally enjoy them. So for concealer, I'm gonna use two. If y'all have seen my get ready with me's, you know I always use two. The first one I'm gonna use is this one from KVD. It is, which one is this? It's just lightweight full coverage concealer in light 107. So this is the one that I will use like in areas that I want to highlight. So forehead, chin, under my eyes, my jawline area. And then this is the one that I will put on my nose. So if you notice, I didn't put any foundation on my nose. I'm only gonna put concealer on my nose. Now I will end up putting both concealers on my nose, but like the base is this one. And then I just go in and do this. And again, this is not like a perfect solution, but my makeup does end up looking better throughout the day. Again, it's not as cakey, it's not as flaky. It's still a little dry, but not as bad as it had been. But yeah, so I'm currently with the YouTube burnout. And like, again, this is not me like trying to complain at all. I just want to be real. I really want to be transparent. Some people may not notice when I don't upload, and that's perfectly fine. Totally fine. I get it. I don't pay attention to everyone's upload that I'm subscribed to. But I did want to mention it just in case someone was like, oh, Gretchen usually uploads on Tuesdays and Fridays, but she didn't upload a Friday video. And it's just because I was feeling so burnt out that my mind was drawing a blank on what to post. By the way, the secondary concealer is also by Too Faced. It's the Born This Way concealer, the multi-use sculpting in Snow, much like my foundation. And this one just goes over unsightly spots and just in other areas that I feel like need a little bit extra concealing. So I've been thinking about changing up my schedule for a while, and every time I try and change my schedule, it doesn't really work out for me. It was suggested that I cut back to just one video a week until I get past the burnout stage, which I get, but I also feel weird doing that. And I asked on Instagram, what are some things that people would like to see from me? And y'all had some really awesome responses that I took into consideration and actually wrote down on my content creation calendar that I have. So I appreciate that. A lot of people want to see me do like a video where I always do that, by the way, before I put on finishing powder or set-in powder, however you want to refer to it. A lot of people want to see me do another change in my piercings video, like to a different color scheme or something, which I would love to do. But when I looked up the cost of doing that, it was roughly $250, like minimum, because I have all threadless jewelry and I just need to change the tops, but the tops can be pretty expensive. So unfortunately, I can't really do that one. It would be cool to do, but I can't really afford it. Setting powder today is Fenty Beauty's Pro Filter one in lavender. I don't remember why I went for the lavender one as opposed to like just the translucent one. I know there was a reason why I did the lavender one as opposed to the translucent one, but I don't actually remember it now. So that is where my mind is. I also really want to be doing more vlogs, which when I look ahead for this year, there are quite a few like important moments that are coming up will be vlog worthy, I feel like, so I'm excited for that. I try and keep the vlogs relatively short because I know like 30-minute ones, they're okay in some situations, but sometimes it can just feel like it goes on forever. So I do try and keep them under 30 minutes. Most of the time it doesn't work out for me. Like I always feel like I didn't film anything and then I start editing, I'm like, oh no, I filmed a lot, gotta cut this down. Like the most recent vlog, I visited Luke. I had to cut out like whole sections that we had recorded because it just would have made the vlog way too long. But hopefully y'all like the vlogs. I'm gonna let that bake for a little bit. So yeah, so that is where I am with YouTube or just content creation in general. Like I'm even bad, like feeling burnout from Instagram just because, and the main reason for that one is because I get in my head about captions and I'm like, oh, that's not clever enough, or that's not a fun enough or creative enough caption. And I'm just like, that's not worth posting. And then I just like don't post for days because I can't think of a creative or fun caption. All over a caption. Content creation, y'all. I have it, just don't know how to get it out there. If you have any videos that you would like to see from me, again, I asked over on Instagram and there were some great ideas. I'm really focused on doing more tattoo related content because I'm still very much into tattoos. I mean, I just recently got this done. It's very flaky right now. We're in the flaky stage. Like I'm very much into tattoos still. It's just the piercing thing, I'm not saying goodbye to it entirely. I'm not as into it anymore as I was. And that's fine. It's totally fine for me to get away from it. Now I know a lot of people subscribe to my channel just for piercing related content. So I do hope that people will stick around even if I'm not doing piercing related content as much anymore. Because I get not wanting to follow creators like if their content isn't up your alley anymore. Like at one point it was and now it isn't. So I get that, but I do hope that people will give me a chance for other content. And again, the piercing related stuff isn't fully going away. I'm still planning to do like my comprehensive guides. Like I got a few more of those that I want to do. And I got other things like maybe even doing a video when I do get this one redone, my nostril piercing, doing a video on re-piercing. Like I've done videos on re-piercing old piercings, but I've never actually gone through it myself. So then now this one could be like my experience. It's like, that's something, you know, styling my piercings for the wedding, that could be something. But just, you know, if you look back to like 2018 through 2021, like the early part of 2021, I was doing a lot of piercing related stuff, but I think I'm just kind of, I don't think I'm burnt out on YouTube. I think I'm just burnt out on piercing content, which stinks because that's something that I used to really love. Contour today, Fenty Beauty. Into Sun is the shade, and the Sunstalker is the product. So I do a little bit on my nose, then I do some on my cheek, along my jawline. I have fuzz stuck on my lip somewhere. Does anyone else get that when they're putting on makeup and they get the fuzz stuck somewhere in the foundation? You're like, where are you? Where are you? And I'm so sorry. Cannot sleep, cannot dream tonight. Let's see. Let's get on to a happier note other than burnout. Oh, so I photographed my first concert since January 2020. Finally photographed my first concert since January 2020, since the Panini started. That was pretty cool. Luke and I had gone to a festival called Blue Ridge Rock Fest, which is here in Virginia. We had gone to that back in September. He had a photo pass, I had a press pass, or media pass. One of those things. Media, I think it was media pass. And so I could take like photos from the side and from the crowd, but like I wasn't like in the pit. But this was the first one that I like myself got approved for since the start of the Panini. Mostly because I hadn't applied for anything else up until this point. Like last year, concerts started coming back, but they had so many rules and like stipulations on things that it made it difficult to get approved. But now bands are just like, heck yeah, let's go. All right, so a little bit of color to brighten this everyday look up. I have been loving this Animal Crossing blush from ColourPop. This is Flower Power. Like, it is pink, but I have been enjoying this a lot recently. And like, I do tap it so that it's like not so intense, but I just put it on my cheek, add a little bit of color. But then I'll also lightly just tap it across the middle part, just so it's like, oh, she got a little bit of something going across. Kind of helps liven it up, I think. Yeah, I just like that shade of pink. I'm not usually a pink blush person. I'm very like, just in general, very muted, very like, I was gonna say I'm very nude. No, YouTube, I'm not, calm down. But yeah, I just like have all of a sudden been very drawn to that blush. And highlight is gonna also be from ColourPop, I swear. So much ColourPop. It's the Super Shock in Lunch Money. But yeah, got to finally photograph my first concert in about 2 years. Okay, that was a little intense. I didn't mean for it to be that intense. I'm trying to blend it out, but it doesn't really want to. Okay, cool, love that for me. That is, hopefully it looks okay on camera, because in person it's just like, a lot of highlight. But the band was The Midnight, which a lot of Twitch streamers like that band because they announced during like peak part of the pandemic that Twitch streamers could use their music on stream and not like receive a DMCA violation, which was pretty cool of them. Like, they didn't have to do that, but they did. And so a lot of Twitch streamers just started using their music. I swear this highlight smells like acrylic paint. That's what it smells like. It reminds me of a primary or elementary school art classroom. Like, I like this highlight, don't get me wrong. It just smells like an art classroom. And then to kind of like make sure that nothing looks too intense, like in the camera, like this little side thing, it doesn't look super intense, but in my mirror in front of me, it looks intense. So I always go back in with a little bit of powder foundation and just kind of blend and blur a few things out. And again, using ColourPop for this. This is ColourPop's Pretty Fresh in the shade Fair 1. So as you can gather from that, it's the lightest shade. Right now I'll go in and do my eyebrows now that the foundation, everything's in. I used Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in taupe. And again, y'all know, my eyebrows are microbladed, but I do like to add a little bit of definition, and I just like for them to stand out a smidge more. I didn't want to get them done darker when I had them microbladed, just in case I went lighter with my hair. So I went with a lighter shade for microblading, but then just take the time to add a little bit extra with the Brow Wiz. Yeah, getting to photograph my first show in 2 years was super incredible. It was so much fun. I have another show already confirmed for the end of April, which is cool. Hopefully we'll have 2 other shows in April. Just gotta wait on confirmations. I've also started like adding this white to my inner corners, which adds a really nice pop. This is the NYX Jumbo eye pencil in white. Now I'm gonna go back in for my lower lash line before I put on any mascara down there or eyeliner. I just go in with a little flat brush. Use the same color that I used in my crease, which in this case was Enigma. Put a little bit on my lower lash line. Enigma's like not that much of a difference, but it's somewhat of a difference. I know some of y'all are probably like, Gretchen, that didn't do anything. And to that I say, you're right. You're right, it's fine. Lower lash line eyeliner is my Urban Decay pencil in 0. As you can tell, I like this one a lot. It's been sharpened a bit. And then for lower lash line mascara, using CoverGirl's Clump. I don't know why I picked this one. I think it's just because of how it's shaped. It's like curved, and so it makes for applying lower lash line mascara a little bit easier. And then to make sure that the false lashes and my actual lashes blend in, go back in with mascara, in this case, Urban Decay Perversion. So the last thing that I need to do is lipstick. So to complete this everyday look, I'm gonna be using Black Moon Cosmetics Dusk. Look at that, that's so pretty. I will say, I've had a lot of people say that they wanna see wedding related content, which is cool. The only thing is like right now, a lot of the planning is all online. So like there's not much to show, but I do have coming up tasting with the caterer So we're doing that. And that also coincides with my mom, stepdad, Luke, and I going back to Hershey, Pennsylvania like we did in February, going to another concert. This one is Elton John. So we have Elton John Wednesday, and we have to travel back on Thursday, and then Friday is the tasting. So that will be a vlog. The concert and the tasting will be a vlog. I always use at least 2 setting sprays. The Morphe one I use first, but then I've been loving this Pretty Fresh hyaluronic acid setting spray from ColourPop. I just think it feels really nice on the skin. So yes, we have some things coming down the line. Sorry for going off once again. I feel like I do that a lot, just like little negativity about my like brain space when it comes to content creation. I feel like I've done that the last 2 times, which I apologize for, but I want y'all to, I'm talking with y'all like we're actually having a conversation and chilling out and stuff like that. But don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I should have prefaced that. I'm not going anywhere. Just maybe less of the piercing related stuff. So if that's what you like, I apologize. I am cutting back on it just for me. It's just not my priority anymore. Tattoo related content may go up because I haven't really done a whole lot of tattoo related stuff. Like I've done some things. Makeup stuff will go up. Vlogs will increase as well. A lot of people want to see what I do in a day. Bold of y'all to assume that my life is interesting enough for me to film a video of what I do in a day. This is basically what my everyday look is like. So this is the final look from the Get Ready With Me. You know, unless I'm feeling super creative with my eyeshadow, this is pretty much what I'm doing. I appreciate y'all chilling out with me, listening to me complain. I apologize for that. I've been around on this platform for over 5 years now, and you know, a lot of y'all's names I recognize when I see them in the comments, and it warms my heart to see y'all here, and I just want to have a conversation with y'all. I want y'all to know where I am with YouTube. Twitch, Instagram, all that kind of stuff is a different thing entirely. We are on YouTube. I want to discuss YouTube with you all. I love YouTube. I'm not going anywhere. Chester also loves YouTube. He's yelling at me because he thinks it's dinner time. He's got an hour until dinner time. Yep, you do. You do. But I do appreciate y'all being here, watching my content, reacting to my content. It means the world to me. More makeup related stuff on the horizon, more vlogs on the horizon, more tattoo content on the horizon. And again, piercing related content is not going away. I'm just cutting down on it. Special thank you to my patrons. You can help support the channel on Patreon while having access to videos early, viewing patron-only content, and more. But that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Go on down there, hit that subscribe button. Also be sure to hit that notification bell so YouTube will let you know when I upload next. But until next time, bye all!